Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. Of course, I am Rickford Burke in New York. I want you to share this link. Get into all your Guyanese groups and share this link. Share this link with your every family member, all of your friends and neighbors, everyone in your contact, whether it's by email, any social media platform, Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, wherever. Share this link. Text me. Let's have a good interaction. I'm seeing you texting, already talking with me. I see that you're already sharing the link. We have some people here helping me. Like I said, where I am is under construction, so we have a limited space here. They're directing me to go back, what, right, left? I'm like, they're directing me to come back a little. Okay, good. So share this link with everybody. We'll be back in 60 seconds. We'll have a discussion on what is happening in Guyana. The PP government is like things fall apart. Everything is being exposed now. Share this link. We have a lot to talk about. We are in communication with United States government officials right now as we speak. We texting them, we telling them what's happening in Guyana. They're responding to us. I give you a feedback on that. Share this link with everybody. I'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, keep sharing the link, everybody. Share this link. Let me see. So far, only 120 of you have shared the link. I'm seeing 2,300 and something people here right now. Every single one of you, please go and share this link to at least 20 other people, 10 other people. Come on, share this link. Everybody, share this link. We have to get as many people as possible up on this link. I know they're going to try to shut the link down. Listen, Guyana, and I'm expecting my brother Sherrod Duncan to join me. So those of you in Guyana who are listening, let Sherrod know that I'm waiting on him. All right. So Guyana is experiencing, before I go to the topic of corruption, Guyana is currently experiencing a full-blown dictatorship. A full-blown dictatorship. Share this link, everybody. If you guys don't share this link, we're not going to get information out. Guyanese have to come out of this laziness, this malaise, this cycle of apathy. And you guys start to act like the country is under the threat. It is. Guyana is under threat by a few rich East Indian people in the PPP who think they can shut off African Guyanese, East Indians, Amerindians who do not support them. And you guys are asleep. It is now in the world news that Barrett Jagdeo and Irfan Ali have put Guyana for sale. And you guys are still sleeping. Guyana is for sale. And with every sale, Barrett Jagdeo and his friends are allegedly getting bribes, billions of dollars. And you guys are sleeping. You're going to Skank concert and Patrice Robert concert, and you're going out to Giftland Mall and Amazon Mall, and you're having a merry time. I mean, your salary is still below the poverty line. You guys are unconcerned. Come on, Guyana, wake up. Wake up. Share this link. Get information. Pay attention. Stop the apathy. If you're not registered to vote, go and get registered to vote. We're going to shake this thing up. We're going to shake this thing up. We have to end the apathy. So share the link. I'm seeing 168 of you have shared. Let these shares go to 500 right now on this live. Everybody, let I gotta sound like Sharon. Share the damn live. Get information to the people. Wake up everybody in Guyana. If they're out at the party, driving, whatever, stop them, blow the horn, tell them, go on Rickford Burke Live right now. It's a serious business. And we have to shake our people out of this malaise and apathy and this disinterest in the country. That's why the people in the PPP are running roughshod over us, over you all. Call up everybody, whether you're in Borbis, whether you're in Demerara, whether you're in Essequibo, if you're in Region 11, if you're in Caribbean, if you're in Africa, Asia, wherever, share the link and call your people up and let them know they must get information. We're going to shake Guyana up. Black people, we're going to shake y'all up. East Indian supporters of the coalition, we're going to shake y'all up. We're going to, you know, when you want to shake something, a mixed drink or something, you shake it up. We're going to have to shake y'all up. You guys are asleep and the country is for sale. Them man is taking everything. They ain't even leaving nothing for the people coming down in the next generation. They are on a quick hustle to done out everything. Share the link. Wake up, people. Because you might wake up tomorrow and somebody else own your house, own your land, own your property, taking away your land. Wake up. Share the link. Share this link. Let us get some thousands of people here. Share this link. I'm waiting on Sharon. Now, let me say this. As everybody knows, the Vice News episode on Guyana for Sale featuring Barrett Jagdeo was released today. Y'all know what happened? We in North America, and probably those in the Caribbean, can see it. The PPP government blocked the thing from being seen in Guyana. This is how ruthless and corrupt these people are. They're making Guyana Russia, where they're now shutting out information from you, the people of Guyana. What do they have to hide? What does the PPP have to hide? You have a corrupt, murderous, racist criminal as a vice president, parading up and down with the US ambassador, parading up and down with ABC ambassadors, parading up and down with US company executives. Right now, he is wanted or named in a murder investigation by the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights with regard to the disappearance of Curly Wills. Right now, still outstanding is an investigation of his government that murdered, systematically murdered, committed a pogrom, a genocide of over 1,400 young Black men. Parading up and down, giving instructions to law enforcement when he is an international criminal. Running Guyana, posing with investors, an international criminal. And Guyanese are asleep. The man's government formed death squads that kill y'all out. Kill out your sons, your nephews, and whatever. And y'all sit down smiling. Oh, Barry Jack, you're such a smart politician. His past government stole billions of dollars. Professor Clive Thomas reported it. Professor Clive Thomas did an analysis. Almost 5 billion US they stole. 5 billion people. 5 billion. Between 1992 and 2011, when they came out of power. Almost 5 billion. 188 billion Guyana dollars alone in 2 years. Guyanese are asleep. African Guyanese are asleep. Guyanese coalition supporters are asleep. You know how much $5 billion could have done for the country? It is sitting in overseas bank accounts. It is sitting at the bottom of Praderville. That's what I built it with. Praderville number 1, Praderville number 2. And you guys are asleep. We, the diaspora, are fighting for you guys home. You guys are asleep. You're going around like nothing is going on. This Malay is like, oh, what's going on? Like, we don't even know. Like, oh, there's a government. We don't even know there's a government. Oh, who's the police commissioner? Who's that? We don't know. Asleep. Can barely pay your rent and your electricity bill, but you're asleep. We can shake things up. We can shake things up. We can shake things up in the government, the opposition, and the population. We gotta shake things up. Listen, our foreparents, the people who they are trying to shut off from the economic development of the country, from access to oil and gas, African Guyanese, mostly, they're trying to shut off from the future of the country, from the economic development of the country, from economic survival of the country. They're like the KKK. They have a wicked, nasty, evil noose of racism, subjugation, oppression around the necks of Black people in Guyana, but y'all asleep. A man got a noose around my neck. You can't get no contract, or we can't get no contract. You're asleep. We can shake things up. We can shake things up in the government. We can shake things up in the opposition. And we can shake things up in the population. You gotta wake up. The apathy got to go. Y'all see what's going on in Jamaica and other Caribbean countries? They're alert. They don't even have the resources that we have. They're not, but they're at the table. You guys, you're asleep. In Guyana, you're asleep. If you're asleep, you're by Skank concert and Patrice Robert concert. Apathy, disinterest. It's a plague in Guyana. We gotta shake it off. Share the link. Share this link this afternoon. I'm fired up. I am fired up. I am fired up. because the international community is now getting a ringside view of what we in CGID have been preaching for decades. How corrupt this PDP government is. None of them should be in government, from Irfinali to Barjagbale to Adonala. None of them should be in government. They were charged with stealing billions of, hundreds of millions of dollars from the people of Guyana. And the US government, Donald Trump administration, and Sarah Lynch, and all the other ambassadors from the ABC country, put them back in there to steal no money and to suppress Black people and suppress Indians and Amerindians who don't support them. Because they think Guyana must be an ethnocracy. Only the people whose descendants came from India must benefit from the country. I prefer the country become a failed state than them go back there and thief all the money and put Black people in slavery. No, it ain't gonna happen again. See, I better wake up, because that's what they're about to do. That's what they're about to do. And when we talk about it, they say we're preaching hate. Well, there we go, preach hate. We will preach the hate you're talking about, because the hate that you're talking about, we are exposing your racism. And you guys want to conflate that with anti-East Indianism. We don't really care, because we know that if you try to suppress our Indian brothers and sisters too, we're fighting for them too. Just like you're trying to suppress and tarnish and assassinate the character of Daniel Siram and others. We're going to fight for him, we're going to fight for everybody else too. Whether they're in quarantine, they're screaming about him, we're fighting for anybody you want to suppress. All right. So, y'all tell Cheryl we're waiting. The Vice News interview came out. I get carried away just because I had to wake y'all up. Good. So far, over 400 shares. Let the shares go to 500. Wake up the whole of Guyana today. Wake the whole of Guyana up today. We got to shake the malaise and the apathy and the laziness and the disinterest out from the Guyanese population today. It's starting today. The country is to sail and y'all sleeping. So I had to make sure I did that. Everybody keep sharing this link. Just throughout the whole program, share the link. When it gets to 500, let me aim for 1,000. So the Vice News report came out today. First of all, I want to read a statement CGID put out today. We had a quick discussion. And this is a statement. CGID calls for Barjagbale's resignation following Vice News exposure of his corruption. The Caribbean Guyana Institute for Democracy has called on has seen the Vice News episode, Guyana for Sale, in which Guyana's Vice President Barjagbale was caught on camera in discussion with an undercover journalist posing or pretending to be investors, asking them to make contractual arrangements with Sue. Y'all remember Sue? Who's Sue? We don't know who Sue. Sue is indeed Jagbale's bagman. Barrett Jagbale sat in the Vice News interview, and he sat in a press conference and lied. He ain't know the people done set you up. He think he's smart. He's dumb as a doornail. I tell you, he went to a community college in Russia. He is not ready for the international scene yet. He think he's a bad man. I don't know he's watching this, but I'll come back to that. Sue is obviously, CGID statement says, his middleman who allegedly collects his bribes and kickbacks. When this allegation was put to him in the Vice News interview, by award-winning Vice News journalist Isabel Young, he denied it. He said, Sue? Who, Sue? Sue, I know him. Like him out like a sari planter. I know him. He is my tenant. He lives in my place. Yes, yes, I know. Everybody that wants to see me, see me. Not only Sue. So Sue is not special. Sue is the bribe collector. Not me says so. Sue says so. We got soup on tape. We got soup on tape. But they're trying to suppress the tape. I'm going to deal with all of that later. God, look and see where my brother Sherrod come in, if he has the time. The puppet, or finale, he jumped up to Bar Jack, did he? Oh, that reporter has an agenda. Where's the evidence? You just come here and talk and accuse. Where's the evidence? Well, we know that he's too bright. He's a dunce president. He went to University of Iflot. Motherfucker, see, y'all kind of degree now, including LLM. That LLM filed on a mango tree in Stroudville. No, Lenora. That LLM we got fallen from a mango tree in Lenora. But he left in the mango and the LLM, our friend right there. Obviously, CGID says, by Jagdeo is not only a murderous racist whose government murdered over 1,400 young black men, using death squads to commit extrajudicial killings. He is also an alleged international two-bit bribe hustler and a kickback-taking criminal. He is allegedly an international two-bit bribe hustler and a kickback-taking criminal. That's what he is. So if you put everything together, he's a murderous PPP racist and an alleged international two-bit bribe hustler and a kickback-taking criminal. That's who we have running Guyana. Talking, but he's in charge of financial affairs and investments and development, foreign affairs and internal affairs and everything else. A two-bit hustler and international criminal who's a murderous racist. Moreover, CGID calls for Bar Jagdev's immediate resignation. The government, the Guyana government, should not only announce his resignation, but must immediately launch an international commission of inquiry into the alleged massive bribe-taking scandal and criminal enterprise of Bar Jagdev. Moreover, because of Exxon's significant role in Guyana currently, we call on the Biden administration and the United States Congress to launch an investigation to determine if any American companies or citizens paid any bribes to Jagdeo or anybody else in the PP government or any other citizen in Guyana to get favors from the government. And any such company must be prosecuted under the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. We call on U.S. Ambassador Sarah Lynch to distance herself from Bar Jagdeo because of his alleged criminal activities. This is the ambassador who's been traveling to China, and everybody standing up there to Bar Jagdeo saying, oh, we won, you know, democracy was being challenged and we won. She has never said a word publicly to criticize the corruption in the PPP, the racism in the PPP. She's never said a word about the murders that the PPP government committed via death squads, headed by Roger Khan. She's never said a word. She's just ingratiated herself into the PPP. CGID and most Guyanese always knew and said that Bar Jagdeo was a disgraceful criminal. It took Vice News to establish this with facts, incontrovertible facts, video evidence, and documentary evidence. Our press in Guyana, they are asleep too. They are asleep too. Share this link. Share this link. Like I said, wake everybody up in Guyana. Share it to 1,000 people. I'm seeing what? 7,000 and something of you here watching all together on all of the different social media platforms. And we're streaming this. Everybody share it to 20 other people. Now, Vice News, and I'm going to talk about the blocking of the information before I finish. I'm finished. Vice News posed, for those of you who haven't seen the video, we're sending it around on WhatsApp and via email and so on. Vice News posed as an investor wanting to do business in Guyana. Okay, yeah, Vice News want to do some business in Guyana. The producer posed as the businessman, and the reporter, Isabel Young, posed, could you guys give me some water? Posed as his secretary, his assistant. And they expressed an interest. They submitted a proposal for an investment in Guyana. So they went to sue the bagman. And Sue's like, yeah, no, well, you got to meet with the vice president. You got to toss up some money. They're like, all right, let's do that. Because we want to get this project going. Sue comes out and says, yeah, man, the vice president, look at this thing. You like this program and so on. Well, you got to pass some money. And Sue, the man who Barjagdev said he doesn't do business with, he doesn't know in any other capacity other than his tenants. Sue, okay then, guess where Sue took them? Sue took them to Jagdev's office to do this business. Right? That's what you think. No, he didn't do that. Guess where Sue took them? Yes, you got it right. Sue took them to Pradoville, to Bharat Jagdev's home. Bharat Jagdev is allegedly conducting official business with the investors that he's in charge with. It's under his portfolio, right? He's conducting business in a dark room in his house in Pradoville, his private residence, with Sue, the man who he said he doesn't know anything about doing any business. Sue's never done any investments. But the investor is really a journalist. And the man got on a hidden camera. The man got on a hidden camera. And they tape everything Jagdev said. Right? And they discuss the investment. And when it comes to the bright part, and they ask Jagdev about it, hey Jagdev, well, Sue will take care of that. Sue signs all contracts. I don't really get involved in anything. Sue is going to take care of the contracts, all agreements and contracts. And gratuities and gifts. Sue, my boy Sue right there. So you all could go to the back room there and talk to Sue. He said, I say that. Keep sharing the link. But y'all remember, in the interview, Jagdev said, not but Sue. Sue? Who's Sue? Let me see if you remember that part.
Source. Okay, well, maybe the Chinese company that did not get the agreement that they wanted here, maybe they're the ones who told you. Or it could be just a fictitious thing.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Sue Jerome?
Sue? Oh, Sue. My relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, yes. He is a friend of ours. His father was here from many years ago.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he lives next door to you.
Yes.
He was able to arrange meetings and catch-ups with you at any point in the day.
As a friend, yeah.
He claims that through his very close relationship with you, he's able to get any deal done.
Well, I don't know if that's
able to change laws for investors.
But then which law has been changed for any
So
investor?
Sue told us that if you want to get anything done in Guyana, you need some hookups. I'm very close with the Vice President and the other officials. The Vice President and I share a very close relationship. Also, if we do the business, he'll help out no matter what. There's no one else who can help like he does. He also said when he's talking about
Yes, but help.
prospect investors that
Yeah.
the Vice President said he can change the Constitution. He said he can manage. Everything is going to be done soon. He's really treating us as brothers. He's already trying to help us as much as possible. Of course, I need to give back to him in return.
Yeah, but that is, I don't know about giving back, but I do that to everybody who comes to my office. The American companies come here to see me and they need a meeting. You asked to see me. I have an open door policy since I was president, so people come to see me. But I've had a long history of being in public office, and we never any of this stuff that you talk. And all my accounts are clear. If you are coming here with specifics, so I just heard what you read, and that's totally accurate. I help out as many people as I can. That's totally accurate what you read there. Unbelievably accurate. It's accurate. So I help people out, but it doesn't mean for consideration. It does not mean for bribe, because I believe that we have a mission to help as many people as possible move forward in this country.
Well, Sue also told us that, the amount will divide between the Vice President. It's going to be a service or process.
Oh, really?
If we're going to do business together, my boss is not going to directly receive the money. Obviously, it's not going to directly transfer to him. The service charge is 4% of the total. It's not only me, most of it's the Vice President. Mm-hmm. Do you use middlemen like Sue in order to take money on your behalf so that you can keep your hands clean?
No. The answer is no.
Why do you think that Sue would say this?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
He's saying it because he, as he understands it, that's the truth.
Well, no, that's he understands it, so that's what you have to ask him. But the answer is no.
So why do you think he's saying this to us?
I don't know. I don't know why. You ask him about that.
He's saying that,
Yeah, but I just said to you, I don't know. If you're hoping,
this is how it works.
If you're hoping to, again, to drag me into this, catch me, I got you there. I told you already no, and I told you already what you said there at the beginning. You read the part, and that's pretty accurate, that I help a lot of people who come here. A ton of people call me about getting this interview with you, people that I don't even know. And I left the Parliament building because I came here for it. It doesn't mean it's for consideration. I do help a lot of people. So if you're looking to catch another, you have to get more details. You have to come with evidence. This is all hearsay. In this country, you could say anything. You could say anything. It's all hearsay.
So you're saying that Mr. Sue, your close friend who lives next door to you, who meets up with you at any point of the day that he needs, is lying.
Yes, if he told you that. But I'm not saying that he told you that.
You're saying that we're lying.
You could possibly be, but I don't know. If he told you that, it's not true.
Sue has shown us very lucrative contracts between himself and Chinese state-run corporations to develop big infrastructure projects in Guyana. He told us that China State Construction Engineering Corporation, they helped the Chinese company to make a deal. Up to now, they've paid me $500,000. It's not to me. I haven't taken a single penny. It's my boss, the Vice President.
China State, what?
China State Corp. It's the China State Construction Engineering.
Which company? I don't even know what contract.
China State Construction is one of the biggest construction companies in the world.
In oil?
No, in construction, in building infrastructure.
Well, but I can't comment because it's not true again. It's not true. Yes,
but
it's not.
We've seen that he is someone who, he's an agent, right? He's someone who negotiates contracts so that for foreign companies coming into the country.
Yeah, but it's not true. I don't know. You're asking me to comment on someone whose business basically I don't know about. I don't get involved with him beyond the pleasantries and all of that. So how could I comment? It's not reasonable to ask me to comment on something that I don't know about,
So you don't
and
know
that is false.
You don't know how Sue makes his money.
I don't know how he makes his money. There are a lot of people, lobbyists and stuff like that here, but if you check our policy making, you would see it's clear. I know.
We met with a manager from a Chinese state-run corporation who confirmed that they use individuals like Sue in order to get these deals done, and that they pay them a consulting fee, which essentially serves as a bribe to individuals like you. I mean,
Well, I don't know, because again, that's all. You're building everything on what you were met and what people told you. I don't know. I can't comment on some anonymous manager now telling you something.
I mean, these are
But why do you want me? Why do you think yes? But why do you think?
People are telling us one thing about
Yeah,
the way that deals get done.
But it is. But don't you know it's a typical thing that every report that comes from abroad, you had to come here to try to prove somebody corrupt, right? You're gonna do well. You're gonna do well if you go back and broadcast this. But I'm not. Well, I'm not going to fall into this by getting worked up or anything like that. I know it's fabrication, and either from the persons or induced by you. So to fulfill your mandate when you come here, you have to ensure that somebody looks corrupt.
I'm not trying to make anyone look corrupt. I'm just trying to report on the facts.
But exactly. But anybody could anonymously tell you. Yes, but any person can anonymously tell you anything. Anonymous. You expect me to comment on a manager, what he does with Sue? How can I comment on a manager who does business with Sue when I don't know what is the nature of Sue's business? So why would I want to even comment on this? You keep trying to get me to do something that I can't simply do.
Well, will you investigate at least?
No, definitely. I'm going to ask about all of this, but I can't comment reasonably. How can I comment on these issues?
So what will you investigate? I mean, when we send you these details of,
conversations. But the best way to do this is not to have me investigate, but let's write the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission should get all of this. They should be able to access what my assets are, and then see if I can't account for any of the assets. And it's easy in today's world to find the assets.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, because what Stu is saying is essentially that he's acting as kind of a middleman and as a white glove.
Yeah, but ultimately,
keeping your hands clean.
So I made some notes. He said, American corporations come to him. You see the relevance now of the statement CGI put out, calling on the U.S. government to launch an investigation to determine whether any American companies had a middleman or have a middleman that does the same thing like Sue. That's against American law, and you go to jail for that. They would drag you to jail. So we're now asking for an investigation of that. He also said he has no relationship with Sue beyond the exchange of pleasantries. Hi, Sue. Good morning, my neighbor. Yeah. Hey, Sue, where you pay the rent? All right, good. Thank you very much for your tenancy. That's what he said. He's such a damn liar. I told you all, it is innate, it is congenital. The man has a pathological illness. He's a liar. Pathological liar. According to KD Knight, he is pathologically mendacious. Means you got disease. It is so chronic. It is so chronic. It is all the way in the genes and the DNA. Chronic liar. He don't even know he's lying. It's such a natural effort. It flows. Dishonesty, lying. Then he said, oh, I will investigate all of those. I will investigate. I don't know what you're talking about. I will investigate. Then he said, why don't you go report all of that to the Integrity Commission and let them investigate? What Integrity Commission? How on God's name is the Integrity Commission empowered to investigate whether Barry Jack did take a bribe. Just a bluff. Why did he say, why don't you refer to international prosecutors? Why did he say that? But here, let me analyze this thing. The man gets set up, even though he now know, because before, this same girl was posing as an investor secretary. And the TAP is still in the same room, negotiating investment arrangements and contracts and entanglements. So, the reporter, posing as the assistant to the investor, went to Barjadeo House to talk about investments and, based on the report, to arrange for him to get a bribe, which Sue says is 500,000 US. You gotta stump up if you want any investment, 500,000. Well, $500,000. Let me just say that. And $500,000 is not no money, so it can't be that. 500,000 US. Barrett Jagdeo is sitting in his house doing or purporting to do government business for which he is expected to pay a bribe based on what Sue said on tape. On tape. The woman, they're right there. She see with she own two eye. She tape with she own tape. She record with she own recorder. Tape recorder video. And then she came dressed, all, studious and elegant looking, professional. And she say, how was Sue? Do you have any relation to Sue? Who, Sue? No, Sue, I don't know. Beyonce, hi, good morning, Sue. I don't know anything about Sue. Where you gonna stand now? Come on, Barrett, come out. Come and make a statement. Admit that you took them to your house. And as for your clown puppet or finale that said, oh, that reporter has an agenda. He must come out now and say if he is get peacefully bribed. We want to know, it's a question. Why did he so stridently defend Barrett? Ignorance or willful ignorance? We want to know. Because whether they like it or not, an investigation is going to come. I guarantee you that the United States government or some government is going to launch an investigation into what is going on down there. And there's a very serious law that we got in the United States that they use to catch these people. Ask them African dictators. It's called the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Moon around till they catch up. Every rope got long leg, but you got to get an end. Can't get away with murder and corruption. Eternally. She has documents. She showed us contracts. And she particularly asked that. He said, no, I have no idea. He is probably now going to come and deny that the reporters went to his house. He's going to say, no, they took that footage from somewhere else. I hope they left a bug in his house so we will hear more juice. Vice News, please tell us. You planted a bug under the chair you sit down. Please tell us you left a bug in his house. He think he's smart. Every criminal makes a mistake. I don't care how clever the criminal is. I don't care how skillful and criminally intelligent the criminal is. When you do criminology and you do criminal justice, they teach you what to look for. They teach you the mistakes. I happen to have done criminology and criminal justice. Bar Jagdeo is not a perfect criminal. He's not a perfect criminal. And Vice News got in a vice. They have in a vice right now. He's going to come out and say, well, there's nothing incriminating on what I did. Of course it is. Of course it is. We just saw him on video making an arrangement with Sue, and Sue said that arrangement was for him to get a bribe. He previously on tape said, no, I don't do any business with Sue. I don't know Sue that good. We cool, but no. And then he issued a statement purporting that it was Sue's statement, saying Sue denied ever telling the lady that. Sue denied ever telling the lady that. And the woman got Sue on videotape. Videotape. And y'all would remember I came on and said, no American news agency is going to operate on guesswork. They operate just like investigators and prosecutors here. When they come to you, that's the end of the investigation. They don't get all the facts. And they're ready now to set you up. And that's exactly what happened. The PPP come out and cuss the woman, say she ain't got no facts. All the ministers, she ain't got no evidence. She come here talking, she ain't got no evidence. We want here, we are. I said no. All the ministers in the cabinet, including the chief puppeteer for Nali, we want to hear what you have to say now. She has documents. You see all the files that Sue Broughton gave her? Did you see her with a secret recording Barry Jagdale? I bet you after this, Barry would never have another interview with nobody from the international press. Share the link. Share this link. Let it go to 1,000. It's over 700 now. Let's share this link. Everybody share the link. Barry Jagdale was a disgrace to Guyanese. And these are the people Mia Mottley running around standing up for. Today we wonder if Mia getting bribed too. What percentage? Sue, step up. Step up. We want to know if you got information about who is bribe sharing with. And then I picked up something. Jagdale said, oh, well, you know, we have lots of lobbyists here. Who, Guyana? Got lobbyists? Who are they? Who are they? You mean the people in the PPP? Because we know of another allegation where another business person is allegedly taking money to get deals. That's not a lobbyist. That's a criminal. That's a bad man. And when you take money and then you transfer it, that is called money laundering. So you see the continuum of criminality, the criminal enterprise, it's a circle. The bagman take the money, that's a bribe or a kickback. And then he has to now put that money somewhere, even if it's cash, unless he got it under the bed. And if that money comes outside of Guyana, that is wire fraud. If they use electronic means to transfer the money, wire fraud. But also, if they're moving this money around, that's called money laundering. Because you're laundering the money. Money obtained by illegal means, you're not putting it into the banking system to make it appear a legitimate transactions. You're laundering that money. Another crime. That's why we say it's a criminal enterprise. Bribery, wire fraud, money laundering. And I'm pretty sure we can find some other crimes in there. And this is only episode 1 of Vice News's, and my understanding of Vice News's continuous reports. Y'all think Vice News done with them? They got more set to forget. Because we know what will happen. Bart Chavdale is going to come out. If he's smart, he would not say nothing. But he's going to come out and he's going to say, well, there's nothing wrong with what I said. I never said I don't have nothing to do with Sue. I know Sue. Sue brings people to me. Don't mean that I'm taking a bribe. He brings people to me. That's a lie. So y'all who writing that press statement at Freedom House now, don't come out with that. Do not insult our intelligence and try to put out some press statement or put out Barrett to say he do nothing incriminating because Sue, like everybody else, that's bring people to him. We saw on video Sue presenting contracts to Vice News reporters, alleging that those contracts came about because of bribes that were given to. You heard it. You can't get nothing done unless you give Bart a bribe. That's what Sue said. And that's what Sue participated in a arrangement to establish what he was saying or alleging about Bart is true. But here, y'all see the angle here? This angle was to expose how China is taking over Guyana through giving bribes to government officials. That's the report. That's the interest or finale. And y'all is smart enough to pick it up. It is the United States interests that Vice News report is protecting or promoting. The interest of the United States. Here she even talk about Taiwan. And China, US was seemingly happy that they can use Guyana to get Taiwan to cooperate with this part of the hemisphere and to establish itself and its investment capabilities, which undermines China. That's what this is about. United States interest. Their Barjadeo is caught promoting Chinese business because he allegedly gets a bribe. And in promoting the Chinese, he's undermining United States, not only United States strategic interests, national security interests as well. Barrett Jagdeo was just caught undermining United States strategic and national security interests. Barrett Jagdeo. He thinks because he has access to all money, he's all powerful. He should resign. Step down. When Robert Carbon was accused of something under the White administration, he resigned until they investigate it. Barrett Jagdeo must resign. Why would the US allow a bribe-taking, racist, murderous crook as the vice president of a country with which it needs to maintain a strategic relationship in the hemisphere? Why? He should resign. The United States should force him to resign. And I'm pretty sure they have much more on him. He should resign. Guyanese should call on him to resign. The churches should call on him to resign. The opposition should call on him to resign. The civil society should call on him to resign. He should resign. They like to tell people resign and who must do what and what morality. None of them got no morality. Not one of the people got any morality. He should resign. And let there be an international investigation. An international investigation. Let the FBI and Scotland Yard or the Canadian Mounted Police or somebody international, maybe jointly, conduct an investigation. They want to see the FBI down there. He's skating very dangerously in violation of United States law, the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. We are calling for an investigation by the United States government to determine if any United States company or citizen participated in any conspiracy to break any laws in Guyana, to pay any form of inducement or corruption to Barajagdeo, a middleman, an end man, a beginning man, a any man, in exchange for any concession, favor, or work or service from the government of Guyana. We're calling for that investigation. And all the other diaspora organizations must do that as well. These guys always like to talk. Oh, the other day, one of them told me, oh, y'all broke all kind of procurement laws. Well, are you breaking, y'all created history with bribery? That's why the country lost $5 billion under their previous government for over 23-year period. You know how many things could have been done? We could have got a new airport, 3 big hospitals in Georgetown. Every region could have got their own big hospital. Level 5 trauma center. Every region. All the schools could have been upgraded with and outfitted with the latest technology. We could have had modern roads, smooth roads all over the country. Internet for everybody. $5 billion? Now they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing all over again. And then they suppress the information. They block Showtime in Guyana. This is Russia. This is Cuba. This is China. That's where we're heading. We have lost our democratic status as a country again. This is a dictatorship, a PPP dictatorship, and we ain't going, nothing goes up. Nothing goes up. Let the country be a failed state. And nobody subjugating anybody, and anybody getting left out of nothing. Let the country become a failed state. let the country become, let the state collapse, because they must not be allowed to siphon off and steal billions of US dollars from our country while Black people suffer, while Amerindians suffer, and while East Indians who don't support them suffer. They want to become oligarchs. Look at them. They want to become oligarchs in the country, while we have poor people in Alboystown and Golden Grove and all these other places, and Buxton. And they want to build $100 million house with the people's money that they either get from bribery or the thief from the treasury. But could you imagine the magnitude of this? They block Vice News. They block Showtime from an entire country because they want you to see a 50-minute video of how corrupt, how criminal a man posing off as vice president of the country is. They now worked and got the ability to block internet from Guyana. You can only see what they want you to see. They blocked the Vice News episode from being shown in Guyana. And I took it, recorded it, and posted it on my page. The government of Guyana reported to Facebook that my video is spam and my video is promoting violence. Our exposure bar objectives, corruption is spam and violence. That's where we've gone to as a country. And y'all sit down, silent. Next thing you know, they're gonna start slaughtering Black people in the country again. And they're gonna block that news from coming out because you know they have their agents in Starbuck News and their agents in Kaitural News and their agents in Newsroom and their agents in iNews and their agents in Chronicle. They're all ethnic agents who want to suppress the news, suppress racism, suppress criminality, suppress their attempts to oppress Black people. All they want the world to see is, oh, come to Ghana, it's a lovely place. We have an agro explore, expo. Come see how lovely we live. Meantime, you know, we killing all the Black people because we want less Black people in the country, you know. But yes, and we want to kill out all the ex-military and so on because in case there's a revolution against our racism, the people must know to fight so we can kill everybody. That's their agenda. I mean, it might sound like a joke. It sounds like a joke, but that's what they're doing. That's how sinister and evil these people are. They had the audacity to block the video streaming. It's coming out tonight, but they streamed it in advance this morning. Coming out tonight officially at 9 o'clock. They done block it already. Y'all in Guyana can't see Showtime. Maybe after this they're gonna say, to prove me wrong, they're gonna release it. I'd rather they call me a liar than y'all not see it. They done block it from the internet. I have proof. I published it. They have searched the entire internet and tried to scrub that video. For Barajagdeo, a common bribe-taking, allegedly bribe-taking criminal. This man think he's mousy tongue. He think he is Donald Trump or this stink and dirty according to Sherrod. Fella. He got the people's oil money, so he think he's arrived. He's powerful. I'll block people from seeing anything bad thing about me. We need an investigation. The PPP government must not be allowed to continue. Tear the government down. Tear the government down with criticism. Tear them down till every vestige of racism disappears from Guyana. Tear them down. Tear them down. Tear them down with criticism and protest. They must not be allowed to practice such a criminal enterprise, such corruption. Yeah, they can go and say, Rickford Burke said, tear down the government. Y'all hear what's that? Tear the government down. Tear them down until we wipe out racism, wipe out corruption. We want equitable governments. We want no corruption, zero corruption. We want justice. We want good governance. We want democratic governance. We don't want a government that is suppressing free speech and suppressing information like Russia, while working with the Chinese to undermine the United States' national security interests and strategic interests. We want to see what the ABC ambassadors, how the ABC ambassadors would relate to this government going forward. Now that we have proof, Mr. Erfinali, proof that your government is corrupt, that your government is a criminal enterprise, that you guys in the cabinet are a bunch of crooks, international crooks. And then they want to run out the country and preach about, oh, the coalition did this and the coalition did that and the coalition did this and reverse psychology. So, as I wrap up, Guyanese, stand up, wake up, shake yourself of the apathy, shake yourself of the malaise, shake yourself of the disinterest. Pay attention, because the Chinese are going to take over the country soon. Pay attention. They're going to sell out Kaichou News and the Demerara Harbor Bridge and the airport and something to the Chinese just now. Pay attention. Because the next thing you wake up and you don't got no house because Chinese man come and take it over. Or some other body, some other person got to selling out the country. And the money not going in the treasury. Money not going in the treasury. Pay attention, people. Focus. I want to challenge everybody to get the Vice News video. We are sending it out. We've released it. We're going to release it on email. We're going to release it on WhatsApp. We have over 15,000 contacts. And we're sure we've begun to, we can't do it all at once. Over a couple of days, we'll be able to get it out to everybody. See the video for yourself. Make your own conclusion for yourself. Determine if this is the government where a Chinese national who's a nationalized Guyanese, naturalized Guyanese, is the bagman taking hundreds of millions of dollars in bribe, allegedly, for a man who was fighting for a third term as president to overturn the Constitution of Guyana. Now he sits as second vice president, but operates as the president of the country. Doing business at his house in a dark room. In a dark room in his house. Telling people, let the Chinese man take care of all the contract. He just let the attorneys that go invest take care of the contract. He just let the attorney generals take care of the contract, general's office take care of the contracts. He just let the legal advisor in his office or office of the president or anywhere else under the mango tree, wherever else. No, sue, he said. Sue is going to deal with all contracts and arrangements. Sue. Sue is the go invest. Sue is the attorney general's chambers. Sue is the legal office. Sue is everything. Sue, the bagman, Sue. Let Sue take care of all arrangements when it comes to finances and contracts, including gifts and gratuity, so on and so on and so forth. This is where our country is. This is what these people fought for. That's why they were fighting tooth and nail. They wanted to come to, and we were warning you guys, they want to come and thief the money. They think God created Guyana and Guyana's wealth for them and them only. Black people mustn't get nothing. They're not willing to concede anything. Not even a little seed. Not even a little seed from a Boulanger or eggplant. They're not willing to do that. They think Guyana belongs to them. They think that, and when you talk again, they conflate PPP with East Indian. So they say, oh, if you're anti-PPP and you're anti-racism, you're anti-East Indian. Well, you all could go to hell with that nonsense because we're still talking. You cannot deter us or scare us by trying to project your racism on us. We from America, we from New York, we strong, we tough, we solid as a rock. You can't deter us. We're working to form a movement of Guyanese who are no longer apathetic, who are paying attention, who are going to get involved, who's going to get registered, who's going to help mobilize their leaders in their community. We got to get rid of this government. We have to get rid of this PPP government. They're taking Guyanese for granted. They have no respect for Black people. They have no respect for East Indians who don't support them. They don't have no respect for Amerindians, period. Just want to use them at election time. And it is time the opposition leaders stand up, get up, and work to get these people out of the country, because we will wake up one day and we have no more country, and the PPP people get all the money from the country, billions of dollars in bank accounts, stuck all over the world, hidden all over the world, like they have now, that we don't know about, that they think we don't know about. So we thank you for your intervention and for telling the truth, so that Guyanese people could know how crookish, how corrupt, how criminal Barra Jagdev is. And so that the international community could see that what we have been saying is fact. Is fact. Indisputable, undeniable fact. He should be nowhere near government. Nowhere near government. And we're waiting to see what the people in the people will do. Of course you know what they're going to say. Oh, he didn't do anything incriminating. He has Sue, who is playing the role of a lobbyist, an in-between and go-between man, collecting the bribe money and the kickbacks, while he pretends, I help everybody. Thank you for coming thank you for coming into this dark room in my house. Normally I wouldn't do this. I'll meet you in my office, but because of the exigency of the bribe taking, we don't want anybody to know that we're actually talking about a bribe, so you had to come to my house. Thank you. Talk to Sue. Sue will make all the arrangements. That's what the video proved. And I want to thank all of you for joining today. They tried to stop this video. They blocked the video from being shown. We're going to get to the video. And I guarantee you tomorrow, we're going to have the US government, we're going to make sure we call social media, and we want an explanation why Facebook, every time these people make these false allegations to Facebook, why Facebook acts in their favor. We want the United States government to know. We want the Justice Department to investigate the relationship between Facebook and these people. We want to know why Facebook is helping them suppress information. Why Facebook people are acting based on information that a corrupt, racist, despotic, undemocratic, ethnocratic regime is propagating to them. We want to know that. So we'll be engaged with our member of Congress. And as you guys know, Congressman Jeffries has already said it's a racist government. All the other members of Congress that I mentioned the last time have also called for them to govern equitably and to move away from this ethnic bias and governance based on apartheid. I want to say good night to everybody. I hope you guys are having a safe weekend. Thank you for joining me. And I'll be back sometime very soon. I'll probably do another program on Tuesday night. I'm pretty sure I'll be on In the Ring or whatever it is, and we'll discuss and analyze this matter. But in the meantime, I want to say good night to everybody. And especially Sue. Good night, Sue. Good night, Sue. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Have a good night, everybody. Seriously, have a good night and you guys stay safe. Thanks for watching. Share this link. Keep sharing the link. Keep commenting. Have a great weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you.